Stop it there. Let me just pick up on my dollar bills real quick. Don't want the Jews getting that. I can't cut that part out, Grant. All right, boys. Week 7. You guys know the deal at this point. Unbiased, unfiltered, unequivocally Z. Based on the intro, you might have guessed that today's theme or comps is going to deal with money. And you guys know the deal, you know. Start from 12, work our way up. I will say, Grant, can you give me like a real MSNBC vibe here? Also, if you could Photoshop a couple of those dollars into $100 bills, that would be sweet as well. Thank you. All right, starting us off here. Big week, big change here. Big change, I think. First time of the year, somebody not named Dylan Deere is in last. And it pains me to say it, Sean, number 12. And I don't know if I actually said what the theme is, but it's billionaires. Not just money, but billionaires. Sean, coming in at number 12, you're Eduardo Saverin. And Sean, this is just it's ultimately a story of betrayal, right? Your own brother used you to farm his own fantasy team. He won the chip, and he's left you for dead ever fucking since. He doesn't care. He did it shamelessly. And Sean, I think it's time for you to put on your fuck you flip-flops, and make some trades, you know, get yours, man. Just like Eduardo Saverin, look, you still got a little bit of stock in Facebook, right? You still got Saquon Barkley. Flip that motherfucker. Go get you something, dude. Maybe you can sell Saquon and get what you get for Saquon and sell that shit. Who knows? You got to switch something up here. Again, I think I've said it 3 weeks in a row now, maybe 4, I don't know. The roster needs an overhaul. Things have got to change, Sean, or you're going to be running the 5K. Dylan's trending upwards. You are trending downwards, and I think it's time. And until you do make a change, I think you're going to be consistently in the 12th seed for a couple weeks here. Yeah, number 12, Sean. Big change there. Big change. All right, moving up. Number 11, and I want to start this off. This is I think I said it, it's a big week. There's a lot of changes happening. And what I'm about to do is it's unprecedented, right? Someone's about to fall 7 spots, which I don't think we've ever had a 7-spot faller. That might be our biggest fall of all time. And I'm sad to do it. I really am. He's going to see this first. Jenner, number 11, I'm sorry. And Grant, you're Donald Trump. And I think the reasoning behind this is, as unprecedented as this is, it's almost equally as unpredictable as Donald Trump running for the U.S. presidency and winning, right? And Grant, it's looking really bad. I'm going to be honest. It's looking bad. It's really not even your fault. I'll give you credit. It's not your fault. The Bucky thing sucks. And I just saw, I follow this TikTok doctor who's, honestly might not even be a doctor for all I fucking know, truthfully. He's never shown any sort of, I don't know, do doctors have certifications? I'm sure they have something, but he's never proved anything. But he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. But he's indicated that this Bucky injury might be more than what the Bucks are leading on. So I think, again, I think I said it last week too, worst case scenario, this is you don't get Bucky till like week 11, week 12, and I think that fucks you really bad. But even to kind of compound that, you make the trade for Garrett Wilson. I don't think it was a bad trade. I think it was a good trade for, honestly, both teams. And now Garrett Wilson's hurt. And I don't think I can't remember what it was, if it was a concussion. I don't remember. I know I saw he was doubtful earlier, but either way, even if Garrett Wilson comes back next week, it doesn't change much for me. Bucky is the heart and soul of that team. Without Bucky, it's a good team, but it's not. It's not a contender, I think. And maybe this is something like, Grant, once we look back into, we're in week 14, we get in the playoffs and we look back and maybe sneak into the playoffs. And you could very well, if Bucky's back by that point and fully healthy, I think you can make a run at it. But without Bucky, I don't know, man. I don't know. And again, it's not your fault. I hate to do it to you. I really do. But I just have to. Where the roster's at, you've got to be a faller, man. It's a bad day to be Grant. All right. Moving up the list, number 10. Big old Drizzy Do. Getting married. Number 10, Dylan. Elizabeth Holmes. All right. For those, Elizabeth Holmes, a 19-year-old, she had it all. She was CEO of a company. And Dylan, you and Elizabeth actually have quite a bit of similarities, right? You're both very tall, good looking, nice bums. Both had some success at a young age. For you was, winning the belt the first year we had it, right? And you're both getting fucked on a weekly basis, right? For you, it's in fantasy, and Elizabeth Holmes, it's prison rape. Grant, I apologize. I don't know if you can say rape on YouTube. You can censor that if you need to. I won't stop you there. I mean, you won't hear any lip from me. And truthfully, Dylan, I don't know how much Russia really changes things, and that's not a fault of your team necessarily. I think you legitimately do have good players. It's simply they're not playing good on the same week for whatever reason. Like outside of Devon A-Chain, I feel like you have not had any consistency in terms of players doing good on the same week. Again, like a kind of similar thing with Grant. I don't know what more you really could do. Again, I think the roster's not bad. They're just not in sync. Maybe it's a locker room problem. I don't know. My advice, I do think sell fucking DK, dude. Get rid of him. I know you're a Steelers fan. I get it. I understand. But, dude, he's just not good at football. He's not. Like, I understand, like, the fucking draft metric thing that it's like him, Brady Moss, and fucking Deontay Thornton or whatever. Who cares? Fuck all that. He's not good at football. He's a one-play guy. If he has that one play in a game, awesome. He'll get you like 17, 18, maybe 30 points. But if that one play doesn't happen, he's an 8-point guy. Like, he's not a consistency volume machine. He's like a 3-target guy with the upside of maybe having one big play and a touchdown. And outside of that, he's nothing. Like, his average, I haven't looked, but I'd be willing to bet it's probably like 4 catches, 53 yards. Some shit like that. Not a great starter, but that's just my advice. I think selling DK would be a good move, especially sell high right now and get you some a little better. But again, Dylan, number 10, excuse me. I don't think it's your fault. It's just kind of been a bad break for you. All right, number 9. It's Joe Murph. Joe, you're one of the Saudi billionaires. You can pick whichever one. They all suck. They all ruin everything, just like you ruin everything. I legitimately just, I fucking throw up every time you fucking open your mouth. You're so infuriating. You came on to my show, you ruined it. You came unprepared. You faded in and out of like a very arguably racist Shannon Sharp impersonation. It was her impersonation. Could somebody give me clarity? Is there a difference? Like, that feels like the same fucking word. Anyways, but it was pretty racist. And you claim to have ruined trading for the league. And I think, truthfully, what you've really done is ruin your own credibility this year. You act like you're this almighty ball knower. Dude, you're fucking 2-4 in both the leagues that I'm in with you. I don't think anybody gives a fuck what you think. Like, you act like, oh my God, Jordan Murphy said I lost a trade. Oh, fuck. What am I going to do? Go fuck yourself, dude. Anyways, you just ruin everything. The Saudis, they fucking ruined wrestling. They're trying to ruin the UFC. I don't really care about boxing, but I've been told they may have ruined that. I don't know. Joe, I feel like on a weekly basis, you are the billionaire mouth writing checks that your EBT ass can't cash them, right? I think the league's ready to get that money back in blood. I do. I think we're done. We're done. Nobody cares what you think, Joe. Nobody. Grain of salt with everything. All right. Moving to 8. It's old Tommy boy. Tommy boy. I lost my pen. Sorry. Tom, your comp is Mark Zuckerberg. And it's mostly because I've seen the Social Network. I don't think this would be the comp if I hadn't seen it, but I know what that little rat did with Justin Timberlake. I know what he did to previously aforementioned Eduardo Savern. He's a piece of shit, just like Tom, but whatever. Anyways, kind of side note here, I really think that we all I'm waiting for the day, I guess, that we all kind of realize that Mark Zuckerberg is a fucking lizard. And that's like one of those conspiracy theories I really don't even believe in. Like, it doesn't really make sense. But like, if we're gonna be honest with ourselves, if there's any truth behind it, let me tell you, Mark Zuckerberg's one of them. That motherfucker's weird. Yeah, dude, I don't know. He's fucking weird, dude. Anyways, back to ball here. Tom, I would like to know. It just makes no fucking sense. Why haven't you dated or traded Dak or Pat? Like, do you really think that your team is in a spot where you could just be hoarding 2 top 5 quarterbacks? Does that really seem like a good decision to you? I don't know. Just fucking trade one of them, dude. Like, it's so glaringly obvious that you don't need both. All right. Moving up the list. Number 7. Mr. Nicky Kuntz. Nicky, your comp is Amancio Ortega. And here's a guy you never heard of, right? We all know Ralph Lauren. We all know Calvin Klein. We all know Tommy Hilfiger. But you never heard of the guy that owns H&M, Gap, Forever 21. I can't remember the rest of it. It's like every fucking discount store you've ever been to in your life. He owns it. Guy's insanely rich. You never fucking heard of the dude. And that's kind of what Nicky's been doing, right? Nicky has been selling these players that in theory you think would have a high value, right? Like Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is a Ralph Lauren t-shirt. And fucking Nicky sold it like it was an H&M $25 t-shirt. And on paper, it's dumb, but at the same time, I don't hate it because I don't know what else you were going to give for it, you know? And I think, Nicky, you've been making, like, quiet, kind of weird trades, but I feel like they worked out for you. And I feel like it's kind of gone under the radar, and you built, like, it's not a star-studded team by any means, but I think it's a consistent team nonetheless, which is probably more important, I would say. Maybe not winning a chip, but consistency is going to get you in the playoffs. And I think you sold the guys at the right time. I don't know how much more you really were going to get out of Derrick Henry. Like maybe if you saved him for the week and got the 15 points or whatever you had this week, you might get a little bit more. But I mean, dude, you had to get out of it, right? I mean, I do, again, I think I said this in the Power Rankings with Joe. Chase Brown's schedule coming up is super, super easy. I don't know how much better it gets, but I do think it gets better. I think the Joe Flacco edition is massive. We'll see how that kind of pans out, but it's better than Jake Browning, dude, you know. And George Pickens, I really like pickup. Even with CD coming back soon, I think, you know, a team like that, like yours and the Cowboys for that matter, kind of need a little bit of a lunatic, right? So I kind of just like George. Like, he's just crazy, and I fucking like it. I don't know. It's like it's Antonio Brown that, like, I don't, like, just cringe every time I hear him say something. It's just, I love Antonio Brown too, but it's like I don't know. It's I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a car crash. Like, I don't want to look, but I can't stop, you know? And that's just such a cliche line, but it's really what it is. All right, number 6. Anyway, what I was saying actually is that I don't feel that way about George Pickens. I just enjoy watching George Pickens do his craziness. It's electric. All right. Number 6. Edward Borgaminki. Ed, you are old Elon Musk. You know, you're an eccentric dude. From what I know, I've heard some radical ideas. And you've had arguably one of the stranger downfalls this year. And Elon over the past 2 years or so. I feel like everybody fucking loved Elon like 6 years ago. And now people are like boycotting Tesla. It kind of made me sad because like I did kind of like Elon for a little bit there. Like he was weird, but like I don't know. He definitely went a little crazy. But it's the same thing. Like I really liked Ed's team. It's a similar situation to Grant. Omarion really kills a lot of what you had going. And obviously CD, but CD's coming back soon. And I still think like you're not out of this by any means. You know, it's a very similar situation to Grant. And I think maybe even a little bit better where I think you could sneak into the playoffs very easily even with this roster. Probably not even sneaking. I think you could just get in. And then Mario comes back playoff time or probably even before. He might even be out for the year. I honestly don't fucking know. Fucking sue me. I don't know. But either way, he'll probably make the playoffs. If he comes back, great. If not, nah. Sucks, but what are you going to do? All right, moving up. Number 5, HS. And Hayden, you are Jeff Bezos. And it's one of those stories you just, wow, you know? This guy went from a joke, the laughing stock of draft night, to very much so a contender in like less than 2 weeks, it feels like. I think I had him fucking 10th like last week maybe, or the week before. And it's just like Bezos, you know. Bezos went from a dude who was selling fucking ebooks to running the largest and most impressive company ever created, bar none. You know, or they say, I should say, it's not us saying, it's true, but the U.S. government claims that they could put a Burger King in any major country, I think maybe even any country in the world within 24 hours. And wow, that's impressive. It's not even comparable to Jeff Bezos getting my fucking extra large raspberry flavored condoms to my doorstep within 2 hours, you know? And honestly, I don't think any of that is nearly as impressive as Hayden's team being 4-2. It's probably still fluky, truthfully. It can't be sustainable. It's just not. The team is not good. That is, if I blind looked at our teams, Hayden is like fucking 1-5 right now. He's not a 4-2 team by any means, but nonetheless, man, he's 4-2. So who knows? Maybe the world's gone crazy. I don't know. Number 4, Jake Deere. Jake, your comp is Mark Cuban, and I did this. Mark Cuban is like one of those weird billionaires where he's widely considered either the luckiest billionaire of all time or the smartest, and there's really no in between. I'll leave that distinction up to you, but I'm gonna give you my 2 cents. I personally think he's very much so kind of that shining example of somebody who like thinks they're smart because they have money and looks down on people without it. You've seen it. Look, cool, he owned the Mavs. Outside that, dude, fuck Mark Cuban. Fuck that guy. I don't want to hear him anymore on anything. I'm so glad he's done with Shark Tank. Not that anybody fucking watches Shark Tank to begin with, but fuck. Anyways, back to Jake. It's honestly insane to me that I've been making this very same comp for fucking 2 years. And I think I have to come to the realization at some point. Look, Jake, I can say it's luck all I want. We've been doing this for 2 years now, and I've been saying the same shit. I've been a fucking tape recorder just on rewind constantly, to the point where I'm sick of hearing myself talk about it. Again, I don't think this team is 4-2 good. But I will say, I do think you're on the ups in a weird way. Like, right, Bill, the volume's there. Last week felt like a weird one, right? You had the fumble, but I think it was like 17 rushes, 60-something yards. The volume's there. I think that's a good sign for you. Woody was weird. I don't understand that part at all, truthfully. And I know he's on a bye this week, so like you're coming off of one really good week to a not so great week on a bye. So it could be, who knows, next week what we see. Um, I will say I did see a little smile when I saw that Puka wasn't practicing today. Maybe it was yesterday. I can't remember. I did smile a little bit, but that's just because I'm a piece of shit. I don't know, Jake. Maybe you're good, maybe you're not. I don't know. I don't know. Number 3. Jesus Christ, what have we done, man? Tim, number 3. Tim, you're Bill Gates because you're a gay pedophile, and you gave a bunch of black guys disease. For anyone not following, that's a gay age joke. All seriousness, though, you should look into I can't remember what it's been a while since I read it, but it's something like Bill Gates was like trying to eradicate, I want to say it was like malaria or like meningitis or something like, or maybe HPV in Africa and like India, I think. And it was through he like funded some research program fully, and it killed a fuck ton of people. But yeah, that's the comp because Tim's gay and a pedophile, which is also true about Bill Gates. And Tim gave a bunch of guys AIDS, probably. I don't know. Some say he started it. I would argue he might have fucked the monkey to begin with. Who knows? Anyways, number 2. Colin, Nancy Pelosi. I know she's not a billionaire, but it works too well. Look, the guy used to fucking farm his brother's team, won a chip. I think he's got to be up there in the winningest teams in the all-time standing list. And it's the same thing. Nancy used fucking inside knowledge. She pushed bills to raise stock prices and, raise stock prices within her portfolio. I think she's considered like the greatest stock trader of all time, if I recall. It's been a while since people have talked about it, but I think it's true. But look, everybody knows, like, it's not a secret. Everybody knows the conspiracies, and obviously she's a raging lib, so that it kind of works on that level too. She also has fucking huge tits, so works there too. Works on every fucking level for that matter. But back to ball. I don't know, Call. Like, it's hard for me to say you're not on the downward trend. It's just weird. Like, you've got a weird team. I'm concerned about RB2. And I know that's rich coming from me. I get it. But you're in a weird spot, right? Like, I get you had Trey or Jordan Mason on by last week. But even with Jordan Mason, like, I don't know. I just don't know how, like, to me, that's a 10-point guy. Maybe you'll get a 20-point game here every once in a while, but I don't know. Keenan Allen's getting worse. Like, you should have traded him. Obviously, I mean, I guess going to a good side, we did see kind of Trey McBride go back into 2024 form. And not that he's been bad this year by any means, but he hasn't been consensus, top 3 tight end this year by any means, and not even close, I would say. But yeah, I don't know. Jordan Mason, I get it. Like, it's a good RB. It's not a good RB2. It's a low end RB2, but like, it's serviceable. He's got a tough schedule after the bye, or he had a bye this week. Sorry, I think I said he had a bye last week, but I don't know. It's tough for me to say. You've got a weird team. Like, it's working. It's weird. I don't know. I do like the Bam Knight pickup. I think he got listed as questionable, but I don't think it's anything you should be concerned with. I think you're good there. All right. Number 1, there's no debating it. It's been me fucking every week, I think. And at this point, it's not even like a bias on me. I'm fucking 6-0. What do you want me to do? Fuck. You want me to put myself in last? I'm 6-0. Fuck. Fuck you. Fuck me. Fuck us. Anyways, I'm Richard Branson, and I'm gonna start this one off with a quote from the great Sir Richard Branson. You don't. What else? Quoting now. All right. You don't learn to walk by following the rules. You learn by doing it and falling over. End quote. And it doesn't. It makes no sense. Like, what rules are there around walking? Use your legs. I don't know what rules there are around walking, but God damn it, I've fallen over. I got last place. And I'm making the rules this year. And the number one rule is everyone is going to give me their bussy when their week comes. Everyone. It's now week 7, and I've pretty much skull fucked 6 of you. And I'm not going to stop. I won't stop until I break the jaws of each of you with the sheer girth of my cock as I skull fuck you all into oblivion. And I've said it before. This is my fucking league now. It's my league. I make the rules. Rule number 2, actually. Joe's fat. He's got little balls. And we're not going to forget that. Rule number 3, while I'm here. We all have to be nice to Grant because he's my editor. Except for me. Because he's my little sex slave. And I use every inch of that body. Every inch. Every crevice. Every hole. Every hole. All right. Week 7. Some things have changed, some things haven't. What remains the same? Only time will tell. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's a good stopping place. 26 minutes. All right. Z out.